hearing what they're hearing today. It's just, £100,000 budget, 2011 to spend on ligature points. Guess how much? Zero. You can't look it up, can you? Who was accountable for that today? Nobody. We need answers.
You still feel those responsible haven't taken what happened?
I'm left here bereaved, I'm left here angry, and I'm left here with no justice for my son and no more answers. Just more questions. And yeah, the trust is fine. Well, it goes back to central government and it will come back out to them again. The trust today isn't the same trust as before. My message is, I would really hope that Andrew Geldard and his team and his crew are watching this today, because we are not going to stop. And Nadine Doris, we are not engaged with your independent inquiry. We need the statutory inquiry, we need the powers to put people in under oath, and we need the evidence, and we need it. You need everything. Before we're going to get any meaningful change. It's not just here, it's all over the country. Our kids have died. If they'd listened to what happened to Ben 4 years earlier and took, addressed the situation, my son would still be alive. If they'd listened to what happened to my son, there's people that died after him that would still be alive.
Lisa, your thoughts as well as what's happened today? What do you think about what's happened and the verdict?
I think it's very much too little, too late. It's still taken too long to come to court. There's been too many deaths while this has been investigated. 7 years this has taken to get to court with the health and safety executives. How many people have died in those years? And although the trust put forward that the hospitals are now safe, Mel and I visited the Lendon Centre 2 years ago, and they're not. Sorry, they're not. So the trust lies continue. Basically, it's just more lies.
What is going to have to change in your view? Because you don't believe this is the end of it.
No, definitely not. I believe that people, I think they've got around it as well by discharging patients, and then patients are now taking their lives in the community rather than inside the hospitals. I think they've got around it that way as well. I think just to continue pushing for a public statutory inquiry, this doesn't give us any, no justice or closure. Not for me anyway.
How tough was it for you today reliving all that? Your
Yeah.
testimony was very powerful.
Thank you. It was really hard hearing other people's victim personnel statements, because we've never been in contact with all the relatives of everybody who's lost their life. So that was really hard to sit through. But I just feel, I just still feel that the law is on the trust side, not ours.
You had an apology today from the trust. How does that mean anything? What does that mean?
No, it doesn't mean anything. I've had several in the last 12 years. It means nothing. Not when next week, next month you could hear of someone else taking their life. What's an apology if they don't improve simple things like glued on handles? They can just snap off. It doesn't cost anything to take them off. So when they say that they were only given £100,000 a year for these improvements, some of these improvements don't cost that much money to save lives. So sorry, that's no excuse in my eyes.
Melanie, you've intimated this isn't the end of matters.
No, it isn't.
You're not going to let this drop, are you?
I'm not. I refuse to let it drop. It's my life. It stole my life. That's when I stole my son. And all these other people here that are bereaved, or they have loved ones that have been found, I asked them, will you stand with me in refusing this independent inquiry? You know, everyone said we are with you and we will follow you 110%. So, we're 74 and we're growing. And the government needs to know we are not budging, we are going to keep going. And the more less the problem is highlighted, end of.
You have absolutely no faith in the assurances rather, given today that matters have now improved.
No, they haven't. I mean, I'm a bereaved family. Only called me a few weeks back. Their beautiful 16-year-old daughter has been found on Newport wards. You know, it's a child now dying on input wards in the last few weeks. I broke my heart crying with that mother, you know, and she was begging for help and it wasn't there. What's a mother got to do?
Brave Melanie Leahy and the brave Lisa Morris. Lisa Morris is the mother of Ben and Melanie is the mother of Matthew.